Hey guys, up back with another video. This time we're gonna do night 2 of WrestleMania 38. Yeah, I'm crazy enough. I've just literally I did night 1 like earlier, and then immediately after I made the video and uploaded it, I immediately started watching night 2. So yeah, I'm fucking crazy. I think next time I do this kind of stuff, I'm gonna do it in the daytime. So. Yeah, so anyway, let's get this underway, shall we? WrestleMania Night 2, WrestleMania 38 Night 2. So we kicked off with Triple H kicking off the show. He came out to welcome us to WrestleMania and also to to basically put his boots in the ring and officially, on screen announcing his retirement from the in-ring competition. Very sad, but, it is what it is. Thank you, Triple H, blah, 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 that stuff. Anyway, let's get this underway, shall we? We kicked off the actual show with RK Bro, Randy Orton, and Riddle defending the Raw Tag Team titles against Alpha Academy of Chad Gable and Otis, and the Street Profits of Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins. So, awesome stuff, awesome opener, fantastic opener, great multi-man match, really enjoyed this one. Otis was really good in this match. Like his back fist that he did to Angelo Dawkins at one point was fantastic. Randy Orton delivering RKOs out of nowhere, and Riddle doing flying RKOs, and Montez Ford flying over posts and all that stuff. All that crazy stuff, great stuff. RK Bro got the win, fantastic opener. Nothing bad to say about this one. Second matchup on the card, we have Bobby Lashley taking on the Nigerian giant, Omos. This was okay. Wasn't the greatest match on earth or anything like that, but wasn't expecting it to. It served its purpose. I like the fact, Omos didn't look tired at all. Like, for someone who's 7'3" or 7'3" or whatever, he didn't get tired at all, and he dominated Bobby Lashley for the most part, and Bobby Lashley looked kind of weird. Like, it was kind of weird to see Bobby Lashley get dominated by the big guy, because Bobby Lashley usually is the big guy. So it was kind of weird to see Bobby Lashley get dominated, but he overcame the big giant here, and he won. But pretty cool stuff. Wasn't as bad as people make it out to believe. I actually thought it was pretty okay. Then we had nothing to write home about. Nothing wasn't 5-star match or anything. It was just it was okay for what it was. It was it made its purpose that Bobby Lashley became the first person to defeat the big giant. So that's what it was. Anyway, next match we have Sami Zayn taking on Johnny Knoxville in an anything goes match. This was, as I wrote in my notes, effing hilarious fun. Nonsense. It was a load of nonsense. It was a lot of Jackass stuff, which I had never watched Jackass before. But I only know Johnny Knoxville from WWE, and I know, he's from Jackass. Cool, okay. I've heard of Jackass, but I've never actually watched it because it's not my kind of thing. But yeah, this match was fine. It was hilarious. It was hilarious watching Sami Zayn, and the commentators were being hilarious, and was it Wee Man? The small guy? Yeah, Wee Man. He body slammed Sami Zayn like it was Hulk Hogan body slamming Andre the Giant. That was funny. So yeah, fun match altogether, and the Giant, some of the stuff that he did was kind of hilarious, but for this one-time thing, it was hilarious, but I don't need to see, I'm not interested in seeing the movie or anything, so it was pretty good. It was fine. I thought it was okay. Next match, we had Carmella and Queen Zelina defending the women's tag team titles against Shayna Baszler and Natalya, Sasha Banks and Naomi, and Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley in a fatal 4-way. Didn't care too much about this match. It was okay, but it felt weird because, it felt kind of weird and kind of a little bit pointless because it was I'm watching these teams and it's Sasha and Naomi, who end up winning, end up leaving the company not long after this because of how the women's tag team titles are being treated. Queen Zelina and Carmella aren't together. Not long after this they break up from the tag team. Shayna and Natalya aren't a tag team. They split off not long after this. Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley split up not long after this. So it was kind of a pointless tag team match, and knowing exactly where it was going, it kind of didn't fill me with hope, so to speak. It was a shame, really, because I like some of the participants in this match, like Sasha and Liv and Rhea, and Zelina Vega's all right, and Carmella's good, at sometimes, and yeah, it was really fun. There was some fun elements in the match, but it was mostly built around the fact that Corey Graves, Carmella's husband to be at that point, was on commentary saying that they're going to have a celebration, a sex celebration, basically, if they win, a live sex celebration. And I'm like, okay. And he didn't get to rock his nuts off, so sorry, Corey, I guess you had to wait another night for that one. But yeah, Sasha and Naomi won the tag team titles. I was happy for them, but knowing exactly where it was going, it didn't fill me with, it didn't make me go, yay! I was like, okay, Sasha won, Naomi won. Anyway, next match, it was fine, okay. Next match, we had Edge versus AJ Styles. Probably my match of the night. Really cool match, awesome stuff. It was good to see an Edge as the heel. Give me really good nostalgia because, from the 04 to 09, Edge was a heel, and he did some despicable things, and really made me legit hate him as a character back in the day. So it was really nice to see Edge as a heel, and I got worked basically back in the day, in the 04s and 09, to 09 basically. And yeah, it was good to see him playing heel, really good nostalgia act. AJ Styles is always phenomenal, great as always. I tried to not say the phenomenal word because, he is the phenomenal AJ Styles, So yeah, it was a good match, and this was kind of the start of the Judgment Day, because Edge had turned heel and became the dark, Judgment Day kind of character, and, this was the match where Damian Priest, distracted AJ Styles and aligned himself with Edge, so, the start of the Judgment Day started here, so pretty cool stuff. It's crazy to see where it's gone from, the Edge and Damian Priest, so, kind of crazy to see where it's gone, but this is like the formation of the Judgment Day, so pretty cool stuff. And a good match, so yeah, pretty cool stuff. Yeah, awesome stuff. Then we had the match, which I was very disappointed in. We had Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods taking on Sheamus and Rich Holland. This match was a very pointless match. It went about 1 minute, and it was just like they rushed. It felt like they had I know that they were supposed to be on night 1, but then they got cut for time, and then they put night 2, and then they had their time cut to 1 minute. So it's not the competitor's fault in any way, but it's just leave it off the card. You know what I mean? Like, do it on SmackDown, do it on Raw, whatever. Like the night after. I know it's a shame, but it really it didn't. I don't think putting it on WrestleMania night 2 and having a 1 minute match really helped anything. And it was kind of, another thing I didn't really like about it was, they showed you the build up to the match via video packages, and they showed you Rich Holland breaking Big E's neck, which I didn't need to see. It made me very sad, especially, and then of course New Day come out as Big E, dressed as Big E, and then they lose, so it was kind of disappointing. I mean, I remember at the time when I made my predictions for this, I actually remember going for Rich and Sheamus because it was kind of like, what's the stupidest thing to do? I was like, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, rewatching it back now, it's like, man, it felt really bad, and I didn't need to see Big E having his neck broken and showing you that as a replay. So that was bad. Anyway. Let's move on from that now. I just looked at what's next. We have Austin Theory versus Pat McAfee. After the Hall of Fame, another Undertaker came out and had his, wave and goodbye and all that stuff. It was pretty fun. Austin Theory versus Pat McAfee was next. It was pretty good, pretty fine. As I said about the Logan Paul match, Pat McAfee kind of did everything right, he didn't fuck up anything, and, he did all the spots, and it was kind of, I was actually more impressed with Pat McAfee than I was with Logan Paul. I don't want to see Pat McAfee in a title match, though, that's another thing. But that's another subject for another time. But this was a fine match made better by Michael Cole's commentary. Michael Cole's love for Pat McAfee was awesome in this match. The way he would really sell his emotions, on this match, really good. And then so Pat gets the win, and then he calls out Vince, and I'm sitting there going, oh well, yeah, that's not going to be good. And then doing the whole Vince voice, you're gonna pay for that, you son of a bitch. And Vince takes the suit off, the jacket off, and the tie and the shirt, and he's got like a vest underneath, and he gets in the ring and starts, he has a match with Pat McAfee, and he's like, it's a ridiculous match, Austin Theory helps him, and it's kind of a 2-minute squash job where Pat McAfee gets no offense in whatsoever. It's kind of stupid, kind of silly nonsense. But the post-match, Vince getting his comeuppance at the end after the match really got me, because as I said when I was watching it, I was like, when there's a Vince McMahon, Stone Cold Steve Austin is not far behind. And yes, this happened to be the case where Stone Cold Steve Austin came out and Vince McMahon almost shit his pants. Oh my God, I didn't shit my pants. And yeah, it was funny. It was fun times. And Stone Cold, Austin Theory tried to attack Stone Cold, and Stone Cold delivering a stunner, and Austin Theory doing the oversell, and really, just funny funny stuff. And then having a beer with Vince McMahon and toasting Vince, and you knew it was coming. You just knew it was coming. And then Vince McMahon takes, I'm gonna call it a stunner, but people said it was the worst Stone Cold Stunner of all time. It made me laugh, so I'm going to say it was the best Stone Cold Stunner of all time. It was the most memorable Stone Cold Stunner of all time. Vince McMahon taking a Stone Cold Stunner in 2022. It's crazy, and it really made me think of my childhood. And maybe that's not a good thing. Thinking of childhood, but for a moment it was like just being a wrestling fan and just seeing Vince McMahon get stunnered is like, oh, that's good old times. Anyhow, that was fun. That was just some fun nonsense. And then we had the main event. We had Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar. We had title versus title unification match. What was it? The biggest WrestleMania match of all time. So they said in the headlines. This was fine. It was typical Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns stuff, where finishes galore, Superman put basically the big moves. If it was a video game, if it was on 2K22 or whatever, it would be like spamming the big moves like the Superman punch and the spears and the F5s and all that stuff and German suplexes. So yeah, pretty cool stuff. This match I was actually kind of into. Usually the crowd were into it as well. That's what really also helped it as well, because I think it was their WrestleMania 34 match where the crowd did not care whatsoever, and Brock was hitting 20 F5s and Roman kept kicking out, and Roman kept hitting spears and Brock kept kicking out, and no one cared. This one, the crowd actually did care, and Brock was the baby face and Roman was the heel, and he had some shenanigans with Paul Heyman and the belts and low blows, but it was a typical over the top main event. But I kind of enjoyed it, and it kind of solidified Roman Reigns as the guy, and making him the top guy, literally the guy, the legend Roman Reigns, the tribal chief, and beating Brock Lesnar kind of easy as well. I know where it was maybe I think it was 3 or 4 spears, but the last spear came out of nowhere. Brock went for an F5 and Roman kind of countered it and hit the spear. I don't know if they went home early, finished the match early because Roman got hurt his arm or something. But it is what it is. Yeah, and then Roman celebrated, and then pyro went off, and millions of pyro went off, and this show ended. So, yeah, pretty cool stuff. Wasn't as good as night 1, but still a good show. I'm going to say 7 out of 10 for WrestleMania night 2. Well, yeah, I'm tired. Yeah, but back-to-back WrestleManias. When I eventually get to reviewing WrestleMania 37 and 36, I'm definitely going to do that in the daytime, or I'm gonna do that in separate days rather than back to back. So anyway, it was a great experience. I don't regret it whatsoever. My sleep pattern probably regrets it, but that's another thing. Anyway, that's gonna be it now, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Give me a like if I deserve it. Subscribe, and I'll be seeing you in a bit.